So I'm just going to apologize right now for how lengthy this video is going to be. There are just so many ways to get cheap books, and that's the only thing that matters, right? Libraries are great. They should be supported and utilized, absolutely. But personally, I need to be surrounded by books, or home just doesn't feel like home. And as much as I love supporting local bookstores so we can keep them around, I can't afford it. For every 20 books I buy, I maybe buy one at full price, maybe. But usually I don't pay more than $5 for a hardcover brand new book. I just thought I should share with you how I go about doing that. First, we'll just start off with the physical locations, used bookstores, and Goodwill. Goodwill stores do sell books. They're usually not in the best condition, but they sell cheap books. And used bookstores. When I moved to Florida, I left behind the most fantastic, beautiful used bookstore ever. The owner would not sell anything that had been written in, folded pages, cracked spines, no. Only books that had been taken care of could be sold in that store. So everything looked brand new, and nothing cost more than about $4 or $5. So when I left this bookstore behind, I wanted to cry. It's worth looking into, as you just might find yourself a store like I used to have. What I have found here in Florida is Books A Million, which is like a better Barnes & Noble. It has all the atmosphere and selection of Barnes & Noble, but they have a gigantic section in the back of the store just full of bargain books. They're usually just publisher overstock with a little remainder mark on the bottom. I've gotten several books there for like $2. This one, hardcover Diana Gabaldon book, this book retails for $28. And Books A Million sold it to me for $7. Brand new book, perfectly good, the little remainder mark on the bottom there. Okay, now for the internet. And I'll just start off with Book Outlet because this site is very hit or miss. And if you're outside the US, I don't think it's worth it for you at all because the shipping cost is probably astronomical. I find it to be generally full of books you've never heard of, but sometimes, if you check frequently, they do get some great popular books in every so often. I've found Colleen Hoover, Marissa Meyer, Leigh Bardugo, Jennifer Armentrout. So if you check often, you can get pretty lucky. Next up is Amazon, which is killing the book industry, I know. But when I can buy a brand new hardback book for $3, Amazon sells books at a discounted rate already. What you want to do is take a look at the marketplace below Amazon's price. It says new and used from whatever the price is. And this is just outside booksellers selling through Amazon. Selling their brand new or used books for a steeply discounted price. If you care about the condition of your books, you'll want to make sure to pay attention to the description of the book condition. Personally, I only buy it if it says it's in very good or like new condition, because I'm a little picky about my books. There's also an online store called thriftbooks.com. Another website is called Books, which lists a lot of rare and out-of-print books. Prices aren't always great, but sometimes you can find a really good deal on there, especially if you're looking for a specific edition. It's pretty much just like Amazon, but they seem to have a bit more variety, and they also have a lot more international editions of books than Amazon has, which also leads me into the Book Depository, which you hear about all the time on BookTube. Everybody uses Book Depository and promotes Book Depository and talks about Book Depository, but I find that it's only really good if you are ordering internationally. Otherwise, it doesn't really save you anything. You can find that book cheaper somewhere else. But if you're looking for a specific edition of a book from another country, you can order that book from Book Depository and not pay any shipping, which is awesome because shipping can be quite expensive when you're ordering internationally. I've ordered from Book Depository a couple of times, like when I needed this gorgeous copy of My True Love Gave to Me. This is a UK only edition, so you can't buy it here in America. Book Depository had it for the regular list price and I didn't have to pay any shipping. The only thing is about Book Depository, you need to have some patience when you're ordering from them because it takes forever. Because the shipping is free, so it's pretty slow. I think it took about a month for this book to come. Totally worth it, brand new, beautiful book. No shipping. And then we have bookfinder.com. If you're looking for a specific book, you can just head over to Bookfinder, put in the ISBN, which is the easiest way to find it if you have the ISBN. If you don't, you can search by author or title. Oh, you'll also want to tell it where it will be shipping to because this site is going to calculate the total cost for you, the cost of the book plus shipping, on the next page. So make sure you have your own country in there. And then it brings up a list of everywhere online that this book is sold and the price. Very helpful if you're having trouble finding a specific book. Just type it into Bookfinder and it'll send you where you need to go to get it. Oftentimes when looking at any used book marketplace online, you'll see ex-library copy next to some of the books. This used to scare me away because I like my books to be in good condition. And with library books, you never know. I mean, people can get fined for not taking care of a library book, but people aren't very inclined to take care of something when it doesn't belong to them. So I don't know. I just was very wary of the ex-library copy thing. But one day, I think I was on Amazon, I noticed that a book was described as in very good condition, and it was an ex-library copy. So I was like, oh, why not? I'll give it a try. And this is the book. It's in perfect condition. It's beautiful. It has the little library card in it, which I'm actually really sad is blank because I love these cards. I love to see all the stamps and how many other people have enjoyed the book before me and like how many years it's been floating around, but it's blank. So that's a little sad. But I mean, this book is in beautiful condition and it came with the clear library cover on it, but I clipped that off because this book has one of those velvety covers and I like to touch it. And I just got this new ex-library copy I'm so excited about. It's called the Bronze Horseman, and I've heard really good things. I'm kidding, obviously. I don't need another copy of this book. But I was browsing AbeBooks, actually, when I saw this edition I don't have. I just look at the pretty colors, and our tagline on the American version says a love story. This one says a magnificent epic of love, war, and Russia. Right underneath it, tank and a girl who looks nothing like Tatia, but I'm okay with it. This book has been very heavily used, and it was very cheap. But Stephanie, look at your bookshelves. If there is one book in the world you do not need, it's this one. But it's my favorite thing, so I like collecting editions of it from all over the world because it's cool. So I don't know, I struggled with this decision. But then I noticed where it would be shipping from, which was a little shop in a little town in my beloved Scotland. So of course this book was meant for me. I had to have my favorite book from my favorite place. So I bought it. Look at that gloriously full stamp card. And someone drew a tiny little heart on the back cover. And my birthday's in it. And while admiring all of these stamps, I noticed which library it came from. It didn't ship from this town, so I had no idea that this came from Dumfries, which is where a glorious man named Sam Hewen is from. So again, obviously, this book was destined to be mine. And now I have an extra special copy of something that was super cheap, all because I was searching through used library books. Somehow we always end up back at the Bronze Horseman. Sorry. Actually, I'm not at all sorry. I don't know why I just said sorry. So I hope that this has been helpful if you also love to be surrounded by books and can't afford them. I'll leave links to everything I talked about down below, and of course please support local bookstores whenever you can because they're disappearing and that's not okay. Thank you guys for watching. I will talk to you soon.